Imagine unstoppable, uncensorable web apps on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. Imagine a competitor to Filecoin, where the coin used to pay for hosting is Bitcoin Cash. Unstoppable marketplaces, where Bitcoin Cash is the universal currency. Blogs no tyrant can silence. Peer-to-peer crypto exchanges that never go offline. Online stores for Bitcoin Cash merchants. Social networks that big tech can't kill.
Welcome to the Unstoppable Web. Over 20 years ago, a revolutionary application called Napster transformed the music industry forever. Later, advanced peer-to-peer protocols like BitTorrent extended those capabilities, allowing for censorship-resistant apps like Popcorn Time to flourish. That is until they all started to get deplatformed over and over again. Today, we have IPFS and Tor's hidden services, offering us the promise of an uncensorable web. But what if the provider hosting those IPFS files or your Tor hidden service files ever goes down or is forced to remove those files? Your entire application goes with it. This is completely unacceptable, and we must find a better way.
Just like how Parler went down when Amazon pulled their hosting. The Unstoppable Web removes the need for a centralized hosting provider by introducing a new HTML format that can be served directly from the Bitcoin Cash blockchain and accessed by modern browsers. The files most at risk of censorship can be served straight from the blockchain, while those at a lesser risk of censorship can be served via complementary protocols. The Unstoppable Web is the next stop on our peer-to-peer journey.
The Bitcoin Files protocol offers a censorship-resistant experience similar to that of BitTorrent. But unlike BitTorrent, IPFS, or even Tor for that matter, it doesn't require its files to be hosted anywhere. So no big tech giant or government agency can shut down the Unstoppable Web. So long as the Bitcoin blockchain exists, it'll be able to serve these files to any compatible client indefinitely. At its foundation, Bitcoin Apps builds on top of the Bitcoin Files protocol. We're also introducing a YAML derivative called Bitcoin Markup language. In combination, this allows application developers to now host and deliver their HTML, JavaScript, and CSS directly from the Bitcoin blockchain. Here we have a standard HTML document that renders the content "Hello Bitcoin." It includes a couple of style sheets and JavaScript libraries for good measure, and it requires over 1,100 bytes of space.
Bitcoin Markup language is a way of representing essentially the metadata of a piece of content with radically fewer bytes. In this case, less than 200 bytes, or a savings of more than 82% compared to the raw HTML file. Because a single operaturn on the BCH blockchain can store up to 220 bytes, and due to the limit of 50 unconfirmed chained transactions, that means that hosting one 10 kilobyte file would cost around 7 cents of a US dollar.
As you can see, we're loading a preview of Needle Cloud, which demonstrates how the Bitcoin Files protocol works together with the Bitcoin Markup language. We enter a transaction ID of a Bitcoin application file. It then goes on-chain, pulling the data from the op return and delivering it in the Bitcoin Markup syntax. As you can see, we have libraries like jQuery, Twitter's Bootstrap, and you could even include custom libraries linked through IPFS, all to generate our Hello Bitcoin page. Technology is only as valuable as its most popular use case. So we've come up with 4 marketplace ideas to help showcase the potential of the Unstoppable Web. Emulate offers an epic collection of retro gaming ROMs that are playable directly from within the marketplace. How cool is that? The Trading Post takes us back to the Silk Road and Bitcoin's roots. This is our attempt to introduce the dark markets to the Unstoppable Web. And so the next time you're looking for some clean adult fun, explore Nightly's for an evening I'm sure you won't soon forget. And who doesn't enjoy a good movie? Popcorn Time was deplatformed half a dozen times in its turbulent history. Something tells me those days are over.
The unstoppable web means no more silenced dissidents. Now they can publish their leaks and blog posts directly on the immutable Bitcoin Cash blockchain. The unstoppable web means no more Tor hidden services going offline. Now they can fall back to the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. The unstoppable web means no more upstart social networks bullied out of business. Now when their hosting goes down, they will remain accessible via the unstoppable Bitcoin Cash blockchain. The unstoppable web complements IPFS, since IPFS currently depends on a web server behind it to store or pin files for distribution. The unstoppable web removes that need and can focus on hosting only those files most at risk for censorship. The unstoppable web adds a new use case for Bitcoin Cash that is paid via Bitcoin Cash transaction fees, generating new demand for Bitcoin Cash and new on-chain activity. Money is only money because it has utility, because you can trade it for other less fungible things. That's what makes it a medium of exchange. The unstoppable web adds new utility to Bitcoin Cash, which is how we make more people recognize Bitcoin Cash as money.
The Unstoppable Web team learned a lot during this CoinParty hackathon. The biggest challenge for us was working within that 10 kilobyte file limit imposed by the op return of Bitcoin's blockchain. This meant we had to step outside the box and rethink the structure of an HTML document and the resources packaged within. We ended up creating an entirely new content delivery network, hosting libraries like jQuery, Bootstrap, and Font Awesome to help power the new unstoppable Bitcoin applications. A command line tool for converting a traditional single-page application to an unstoppable Bitcoin application is already in the works. This means that onboarding both traditional and decentralized web apps to the unstoppable web will be effortless. And storing optimized Bitcoin markup files is surprisingly inexpensive. An entire application can be published for under $1. Updates are even cheaper, as only modified files need to be re-uploaded.
The unstoppable web is a complement to existing uncensorable web technologies like IPFS and Tor. The unstoppable web enables apps to now operate serverlessly by falling back to the Bitcoin Cash blockchain for those files most at risk of censorship.
Needle Cloud is currently being built and will serve as the first web portal supporting Bitcoin apps and the unstoppable web. The Dark Edge mobile wallet is a 100% open source solution, enabling access to the same unstoppable content right from the palm of your hand.
Once the unstoppable web is ready, we will be reaching out to Parler and other compatible projects to invite them to build their unstoppable apps on Bitcoin Cash. Thanks, CoinParty, DevPost, Bitcoin Unlimited, the Flipstarter donors who added to the prize pot, and all the builders from 40 plus teams for an outstanding hackathon.
And let's keep building Bitcoin Cash.
And let's keep building Bitcoin Cash.